Childhood. The golden age of Saturday morning cartoons, after-school sitcoms, and binge-watching Disney Channel until your mom told you to go outside. And let's be honest, those shows hit different thanks to the actors who brought our favorite characters to life. But while some of them went on to become Hollywood royalty, others took a hard left into chaos. Bad decisions, wild scandals, and some truly unhinged behavior led these childhood stars to completely crash and burn. So buckle up, hit that like button, and let's go down the rabbit hole of childhood stars who ruined their careers faster than you can say, where are they now? Remember Amanda Bynes? She was the moment in the early 2000s. From The Amanda Show to She's the Man to Easy A, Amanda had the comedy chops, the charm, and a whole lot of star power. She was earning millions per film, and people swore she was going to be the next big thing. But behind the scenes, total meltdown. In 2012, she crashed her car into a police cruiser while drunk.
Amanda, how are you? Amanda, any comment about what happened?
Not exactly Nickelodeon behavior. The next year, she got busted for drug possession, declared mentally unfit, and was placed under multiple psychiatric holds. Things got so bad, she disappeared from Hollywood altogether. These days, she's reportedly working as a nail tech in a no-name salon in the back of a gas station. Yep, the same girl who used to pull seven-figure paychecks now paints nails in a strip mall. Wild. Lindsay Lohan's rise and fall was basically a full-blown Hollywood soap opera. She charmed everyone in The Parent Trap, owned the teen movie scene with Freaky Friday, Mean Girls, and Herbie, and seemed totally unstoppable. But by 2005, Lindsay became tabloid bait. DUIs, rehab stints, wild partying, legal drama, you name it. She went from red carpets to mugshots faster than you could say, "That's so fetch." Still, Lindsay's story isn't all doom and gloom. Unlike Amanda, she clawed her way back. After going clean and staying out of trouble, mostly, she landed a lead in a Netflix rom-com and is trying to rebuild her career. She may not be A-list anymore, but at least she's not completely off the radar. Kyle Massey was Disney Channel royalty. As Corey in That's So Raven, he was the funny kid we all rooted for. He even got his own spin-off, Corey in the House, and tried dabbling in music, but it all came crashing down in 2021 when he was accused of sending explicit messages to a 13-year-old girl. Kyle was 30. Let that sink in. He denied everything, but the court didn't drop it. A $100,000 warrant was issued, and his career basically vanished overnight. No new roles, no comeback album, no nothing. He went from sitcom fame to scandal shame real fast. If you grew up watching Nickelodeon, you definitely remember Drake from Drake and Josh. He was the smooth-talking, guitar-playing teen heartthrob, but off-screen, not such a charmer. In 2009, Drake got nailed for DUI, then again in 2015, and if that wasn't enough, an ex-girlfriend accused him of serious misconduct when she was underage, and he didn't deny it. In 2021, another underage girl came forward saying she'd been manipulated into an online relationship with him. He ended up pleading guilty, got probation, and posted a cringy apology video that didn't exactly help his case. Now he's more known for court cases than for TV gigs. And honestly, his music career didn't survive the crash either.
I responded to a fan whose age I didn't know. Yet when I became aware of their age, all conversation and communication stopped.
Orlando Brown had one major hit, That's So Raven. He was funny, charming, and looked like he had a bright future ahead. But man, did he take a detour. After the show ended, Orlando spiraled out of control hard. He got arrested for drugs, domestic violence, burglary, resisting arrest, and more. At one point, he was living on the streets and giving wild interviews, claiming that Michael Jackson and Will Smith were his real parents. He's now trying to launch a rap career, but let's be honest, it's rough. The music hasn't taken off, and Hollywood isn't exactly rushing to give him a second chance. Shia started out as the goofy older brother in Even Stevens and exploded into superstardom with Transformers. For a while, he was everywhere. Movies, red carpets, A-list events. He even got critical acclaim for some indie roles. Then came the arrests. In 2014, he was arrested for disorderly conduct. There's video of him screaming at cops while wasted.
I have rights. I have rights. I'm an American. Come on, talk to me. You got me in my hotel, arrested me in my hotel for doing what, sir?
In 2017, he got arrested again, this time for verbally assaulting officers who caught him doing drugs in public. The guy even got kicked out of Transformers. Since then, Shia has been known more for his controversies than his acting. He's done some experimental art stuff, sure, but his mainstream career is in the ICU. I See Dead People. Remember that kid? Haley Joel Osment was a huge deal after The Sixth Sense, and people thought he'd be the next DiCaprio, but fame hit hard. By 18, he was arrested for DUI and possession after crashing his car. He got slapped with fines, rehab, and probation. That pretty much slammed the door on his movie career. He still acts here and there, mostly in voice roles or indie stuff, but he never regained that superstar glow. Most people still recognize him as the spooky little boy from 1999. Jake Lloyd's life is the textbook example of how brutal child stardom can be. At just 10 years old, he was cast as Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. That should have been the role of a lifetime. Fans, fame, merch with his face on it. But instead, it turned into a nightmare. After the movie dropped, Jake was bullied mercilessly by classmates and criticized by angry fans who hated the movie. He became the scapegoat for the prequel backlash. By 12, he quit acting entirely, saying the experience made his life a living hell. But things didn't stop there. In 2015, Jake got into a police chase, resisted arrest, and crashed his car. Soon after, he was diagnosed with schizophrenia and placed in psychiatric care. His family has confirmed he struggled with mental illness for years. The kid who once played the Chosen One became a cautionary tale about the dark side of fame, literally. Juliana was the face of Lazy Town. The pink-haired, energetic girl who made eating apples and doing jumping jacks actually seem fun. As Stephanie, she became an icon for an entire generation of kids who grew up on Nick Jr. reruns. But while she had tons of opportunities after the show ended in 2007, Juliana made a rare move in the world of child stardom. She stepped away before it all went wrong. She did a few minor projects, then decided to go to college and study occupational therapy. Now she works in healthcare, helping people with real-life problems instead of acting in fictional ones. No scandals, no mugshots, no dramatic fall from grace. Just a quiet, grown-up decision to live a normal life. In a world where child actors so often spiral, that's honestly kind of heroic. If you grew up in the 90s, you probably wanted to be Mara Wilson. She starred in Matilda, Mrs. Doubtfire, and Miracle on 34th Street, capturing hearts with her clever smile and emotional depth way beyond her years. But behind the scenes, Mara was dealing with something no kid should face: her mother's death. After that, acting just didn't feel the same. It wasn't fun anymore. It was stressful, lonely, and exhausting. By the early 2000s, she stepped away from Hollywood almost completely. Since then, Mara's found a new voice as a writer and mental health advocate. She's written books, voiced animated characters, and spoken openly about the pressure child stars face. She's not interested in chasing fame, and maybe that's why she's one of the few on this list who actually seems okay. Angus was the lovable, chubby-cheeked Jake Harper on 2.5 Men, cracking jokes and pulling pranks for over 10 seasons. By age 17, he was making $350,000 per episode, more than most people make in a year. But at the height of his success, Angus had a spiritual awakening. He joined the Seventh-day Adventist Church and gave a wild interview where he trashed the show, called it filth, and begged viewers to stop watching it.
Please stop watching it. Please stop filling your head with filth. Please.
Producers were not thrilled. He eventually left the show and the spotlight altogether, dedicating himself to religion and charity work. A few years later, he quietly stepped away from the church too and has hinted at a possible return to acting. But let's be real, Hollywood has a long memory, and slamming the show that made you rich isn't exactly a great career move. Miranda Cosgrove was Nickelodeon's crown jewel. She played the snarky little sister Megan in Drake and Josh, then dominated as Carly in iCarly, making over $180,000 per episode at her peak. She was literally one of the highest paid teen actresses on TV, but once iCarly wrapped, Miranda's golden streak went cold. She picked some seriously unlucky projects, shows that flopped, pilots that never aired, and movies that barely made a dent. Some say she just had bad timing, others think she was typecast and couldn't break free from her Nickelodeon image. She tried to bounce back with the iCarly reboot, and while fans were hyped at first, the buzz died down fast. Whether it was poor script choices or just fading interest, Miranda's career never regained the momentum it had when she was a teen star. And that's a wrap. Want to see a part 3 with even more celebrity disasters? Let me know, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more wild Hollywood stories.